Hey everybody, welcome to the slideshow where we left off yesterday. I do not feel great, so I'm at home. Thought I could be a hero today and make it, but I am not a hero in any way. So here I am. I will try to make this fast and not boring, but honestly, who knows? We'll try. So yesterday we talked about Neoplatonism in art, which is Plato's view of thinking in a new and more complicated way in the Renaissance era. And so we're talking about expressing the Platonic universal forms through the beauty of an image. So if in the spiritual realm, that's where all the beautiful, perfect things are, why wouldn't we in art try to depict those beautiful and perfect things? Why would we draw an ugly human when we could draw the most beautiful human that could never exist in this world? And so here you can see some artists who are considered Neoplatonic because they're not just drawing any old uggo. They're drawing the hottest lady, I shouldn't say hottest, it's not hottest, but it's the most beautiful there could ever possibly be. And I know you might be thinking, that's an ugly baby. Mary kind of looks weird. Sure, beauty is certainly relative, but maybe everybody would think that's an ugly baby. But regardless, these artists are trying to capture what they understand to be perfection. Okay, so let's check it out. And while we're watching, we're going to kind of quiz. Is this Neoplatonic? Is it not? So first up, is this Neoplatonic? Well, yeah, we know that because it's almost the same as this one we saw right here. And this is the same artist as that one. This is Fra Filippo Lippi. The wiener dog clapping around over there. Okay, serious. And he's painting a depiction of a very popular topic at the time. We've seen it all the time. Madonna with child and two angels holding the child up. Child, of course, is baby Jesus clinging to his mother. Okay, pretty good with the narrative here. Let's take a look at what makes this Neoplatonic. Well, what does? Many people have commented on this purity of skin, purity of expression. Raleigh mentioned emotion yesterday, and look at the emotion in here. Peace, serenity, calm, right? And the angels, aloof and happy. Just what you'd expect people who are heavenly to be acting like. Nobody is running around crazy. There's no military fights happening here. There's no decapitated Goliath's head, right? Okay, so this is pretty pure, pretty perfect. Other things that make this so perfect, Neoplatonic. This triangular composition, that's a pretty popular style at this time too. The idea that a triangle has three sides. 3 is the perfect number for the Trinity, and the most solid physical structure, even though these are supposed to be spiritual beings. So that's a little counter-argument to the Neoplatonic view, I guess you could say. But really focusing on natural, perfect beauty. Realism too, these angel wings look pretty chunky, pretty realistic, like real wings. This little drapery here looks pretty good. And even take a look if you can see this halo. Pretty excellent compared to those big plates we were seeing on people's heads before. So Neoplatonic for sure. Next, how about this? Neoplatonic? Hard to say. Well, let's talk about it. Here we have Jesus. After his resurrection, we can tell that by, how can you tell that? You discuss. Okay, you could tell that by the wounds, the stigmata on his hands, on his side, right before he was killed, right here, right here, right here. Also holding up a flag of victory, clearly almost looking like a soldier while the rest of humanity sleeps and is unaware of his resurrection. Okay, Now this is weird. Is it Neoplatonic? Well, I'm not sure. I'm kind of thinking no, because this looks pretty earthly to me. This does not look like Jesus in any kind of heavenly place. These trees look pretty barren and realistic for, not what I would think heaven would have. I don't envision trees without leaves in heaven, I guess, as the perfect form of a tree. And while Jesus looks pretty buff, I also don't know that that's a heavenly vision of Jesus. I don't know. I don't really know, but I'm thinking not. This looks like a pretty earthly Jesus. Now, what's interesting is this painting was made for the triumph of this city, San Sepolcro, when they revolted against the Florentines who were occupying their city. And they won against Florence. And we talked about Florence being this powerhouse, this David against the Goliath of Rome. Well, here's little old San Sepolcro, and they defeat Florence. So here they take Jesus as their symbol, their leader, and the cause of their victory. So it's kind of a cool presentation and sort of a using of a spiritual story, a religious story for their own purposes. Okay. Now, how about this? Neoplatonic? Tell me. I wish I was there. This one's the best one to discuss, and here I am at home like a weirdo talking about it to myself. Is this Neoplatonic? No way. No way. Jesus, a dead person? A corpse? Look at these stigmata. Whoa. Really disturbing. His feet look gray, like he's been decaying. Look at this rib cage. Look at the sunken face, the nostrils. Oh, the nostrils are definitely the worst on corpse, on a person you love. And then look over here. Is this Neoplatonic? No. The emotion is there, like Raleigh said, but this is not a heavenly emotion. This is really sad and tragic. Okay, so what's the deal here? Montaigne rebels against this idea of Neoplatonism, and instead he goes for, if you had to guess, what's this called? Well, you discuss. What is this called, and why is it called this way? Well, I would probably call this pretty serious naturalism. What's interesting here is Montaigne would do what many artists do after him, study cadavers. Like, if we want to know the truth about how things are, why don't we look at how things really are? So this is, if we want to capture what appears to be real, if you get what I'm saying, we should study what is real and try to capture it. Not if we want perfection, we should imagine it, but we should actually look at it. So here you can see Montaigne, probably one of the best for capturing grotesque realism, really. And all to carry emotion, right? Like, this is disturbing. This breaks our heart. This makes a Christian feel like a terrible person, perhaps, or feel very grateful for a Savior who would experience this for their sins. Now, of course, that's a powerful message because we're talking about Christian viewers. Okay, the other cool thing about Montaigne here is he uses this technique called foreshortening, which is what Jenna asked about, where they angle something at a strange angle to make it seem realistic too. So just the fact that we're looking from the feet up, like he's on a hospital bed or here a bed, totally new, a deception of the eyes. Cool. Okay, last one, I think. What's our time? I don't even know. Hopefully not bad. Best. Botticelli. Botticelli's coming to Minneapolis, you guys, in October. Like, these paintings, some of them. That is very cool. If you are here next year, you should go. And we should go as a class because you're going to take humanities again, obviously. Anyways, Botticelli, really beautiful. Is this Neoplatonic? Yeah. What makes it Neoplatonic? You discuss. And you better be discussing, because you're making me look bad if I'm just pausing for nothing. good. It's hard for me not to be there. I'm telling you, it's hard. So I'm just going to try it, okay? Anyways, what is Neoplatonic? Well, look at Venus right here. Perfect, right? This ideal of perfection. And clearly, pasty white skin, that's an ideal of perfection. And you can see how that would lead toward problematic views going forward of people who don't look like this even. That could be a big criticism. But for sure, this is the artist's vision of what perfection would look like, the perfect form, the perfect woman, right? The perfect view. Look at these trees. This is no scrappy looking dead tree from who we had seen before, Francesca. No, definitely not this ugliness. Look at how beautiful. The colors, right? Spring. Botticelli loves spring when life is coming to be, right? And so here you can see these little angels over here, although this is a synthesis of classic mythology and Christianity. So you see Venus in the center with these winds blowing, angels blowing on Venus to unclothe even more, blow the hair away. And then over here, you have the nymph Pomona trying to cover up Venus. And so it's sort of this dichotomy between the cult of Dionysus, party cult, party city cult, back to Greek mythology, and the cult of Apollo, serious intellectual group cult. Okay, so it's definitely this tension between passion and reason, which is sort of what is happening in the Renaissance, this tension between what's very exciting and pushing human limits and what is conservative and holding back. Okay, so is this Neoplatonism? Totally. Idealism over realism. Wherever this place is, sign me up. Okay, and that is where we're going to stop for today. Thank you so much for watching. Whoopsie daisy, no previews for you. Hope you have a great day. Bye.